Freddy Mak figure it all out? Freddy Mak, a moderate liberal, raised Muslim, landscaper, real estate agent, rideshare driver, divorced father of 3 who's still looking for love, is just trying to figure it all out. Can he? Well, he thinks he can, and he's looking for your help. Join him as he talks about everything. Get ready for a different take on all the hot topics today. Not everything is black and white with Freddy Mak. Buckle up. Welcome to We Gotta Talk. Damn it.
All right. Hello and welcome to We Gotta Talk, Damn It, a podcast where common sense and logic rule. I am your host, Freddy Mak, and I am just a squirrel trying to find another nut. And you'll understand exactly what that means in just a minute. I have 2 awesome entrepreneurs with me today, female entrepreneurs who started a game called Hide Your Nuts. It's a card game. It's awesome. Before we get into that, if you want any information on this podcast as well as any other podcast, just go to www.wegottotalkdammit.com and you'll find all the information you need on how to subscribe to all the podcast channels that We Gotta Talk Damn It is on. We're on 7 different podcasts, including iTunes and Spotify, as well as the YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit the notification button. If you want to email me directly to be a guest on the show, like these 2 young ladies right here, and I'm sure they're happy that I'm calling them young ladies, which you are. Just email me directly at Freddy@wegottotalkdammit.com, and that's Freddy with a Y, Freddy. All right. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome Ariel and Ashley. Give it up for them. Yay. All right. A little bit of a hello and tell us a little bit about yourselves. Ashley? Or?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I look like you were starting first, so
that's fine. So, me, Ariel and Ashley were best friends that met 5 years ago working together. Basically, we had a snow day from work. We're school therapists, so we get those.
Okay.
And,
awesome.
We decided one day that we were going to make a card game.
Okay.
Just for fun. And now we're here, I guess, 5 years later.
So, okay, Ariel.
Yeah, so just like she said, so we met working in the school. So I'm a speech therapist and Ashley's an occupational therapist.
Oh boy, don't critique me, please.
No, not at all. Trust me. No.
Here we go. All good.
So yeah, we like instantly bonded as friends.
Over games.
And
so you love playing like board games, card games, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you like Monopoly?
That's one of my least favorites. It chose the one game. I'm like, I don't want to play that one.
Because that's like one of my favorites. I used to play it all the time as a kid. Yeah, it was like that's all we played: Monopoly. And my favorite card game was War. Do you even know what that is? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know you're a lot younger than I am, but I don't know. I'm aging myself here. But anyway, so you have a love for games, any kind of games, basically. So how did this idea I'm as an entrepreneur myself, right? I own a landscaping business. I do real estate. I do a podcast. I even Uber. I love Ubering. I love just talking to different people in the car. I love doing it, right? And of course I make money. So in the off season, when things are slow with real estate, I go out there and have some fun. So as an entrepreneur, I'm always intrigued with how people come up with these ideas. What was it that clicked and said, this could be a good game? Or didn't it?
No, it definitely did. So years before I even met Ariel, I had a notebook. I've always wanted to make a game. I don't know why. I don't remember I don't know where it came from. I grew up with a family that played games the same way Ariel did. And I just was coming up with fun names or games. Like I was like, there's not a lot of years ago, like thinking of animals and just fun names, and I had the name Hide Your Nuts in a notebook years ago. And then when we decided to like make a game for fun, we went with that one.
It was like Ashley said a little bit ago, we had a snow day. So we were off work that day.
Yeah.
And we were just like, kind of like, what are we going to do today?
Right.
And a bottle of wine.
So we opened some wine.
Wait a minute. What kind?
Red.
It was.
I can tell you it was red.
It was. I can't remember. It was probably a cab maybe, or even I don't know. I can't remember off the top.
now in retrospect, we wish we didn't plan to make it this far with this. So we can't say that we remember all of the specifics of things because at that time it was just, we're bored. Let's make a game, whatever.
And drink some wine.
And absolutely help the ideas flow in a little bit.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So it was just meant for fun at first.
Yeah, we honestly started writing down ideas. So with Ashley's name, Hide Your Nuts, we're like, that's hilarious. So then we just started going off of that, and we're like, where do squirrels hide their nuts? And then of course, like leaning into the humor of things, like, oh, we gotta have a nut sack, and we get, like adding the elements of so the nut sack, and we actually changed the game quite a bit from the start to where it is now. But coming up with different nuts, like coming up with like shrivel nuts, hairy nuts, all different kinds of nuts.
I'm telling you, when Campbell's first told me about this, I laughed immediately. I go, this is freaking genius.
How does it not exist?
What's that?
How does this not exist? Like
exactly. And then the bush, the hole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is freaking genius. Are you kidding me? I'm like, Campbell's okay. All right, you can have them on your show first, but I got to reach out to them.
It all fell into place pretty good too. I mean, if you really look at the cards, it's all very like squirrel appropriate. I mean, they do hide their nuts there. It just worked out so well that the humor flowed in. Like it was easy. It was almost easy.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the word easy on a scale, because I'm looking at all these cards and looking at the different scenarios that could possibly come about on this game. For someone just looking at the cards and they're like, oh, this could be complicated, but is it?
I think when Ashley said easy, I think what was easy was the fun of coming up with it, right?
Okay,
so coming up with fun ideas. Like we still have a long list of other types of nuts, right? And things and every time people play, they come up with funny, different kind of nut characters and things like that.
Sure.
So that was easy. But I mean, it took us a good almost 3.5 years from the start of the idea to actually fully having a game. So it's a lot of work.
Yes.
Easy is only take that with a grain of salt. But as far as the game itself, you're saying learning the game and playing.
The game itself. No, when you're creating any kind of game, I don't. You're going to go through some sweat. I mean, there's no question about that. I'm sure the finances. We'll get into that in a second too. I'm sure that there was some money that probably came out of pocket and all that good stuff. Sure. No, I get it. I mean, I get it. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur myself. Sometimes you don't want to get funding. You don't want to get in debt. So you reach into your own bank account. So yeah, I get that. But yeah, the game itself, is it an easy game? Or like on a scale of 1 to 10, easy, medium, hard? Yeah, obviously it's fun. I mean, look at it. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I would say it's easy to learn.
Okay.
If that's what you're, kind of like getting at.
So yeah, I mean, with any game, it's when you start a game, nobody likes to read directions. Nobody likes to learn a new game.
Especially guys. I mean, come on.
I literally always say, play one
on.
open hand. You play 1 or 2 rounds. And after that, it's honestly what we always say is when in doubt, read your card. The card tells you exactly what the card is supposed to do.
Okay.
And just read it and do what it says. So once you learn the game, the concept in itself is easy, but we designed it so there is also enough strategy involved that it's not so boring that it's like, okay, it's a game of luck. There's actually strategy involved as well.
So it's always during the game, anything could happen. There's thousands of different scenarios basically that can occur. Yeah. I mean, because I'm looking at these cards and I'm going, oh my God, this is hilarious. I mean, some of them are just it's hilarious. Nutcracker. It's just awesome. And what a fire, tornado, flood. I can only imagine what that stuff is for. But yeah, this is some fun, creative names that you have here. Very creative names. Rotten Raccoon. I love it. Absolutely love it. I mean, did you guys do this all? I mean, Hairy Nut. Oh my God. When I saw that, I just laughed. Like, oh my God. And what man has a hairy nut nowadays? I'm just kidding.
It's just a lady with a lot of hair.
Oh, that's right. It's a lady. That's not a guy.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Hey, what?
so kid friendly. Come on, look at that.
Absolutely kids friendly. So is shriveled nuts. Mm. There it is. There it is.
Mole, his scary mole and all.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And you guys must have had a really good time making these names up.
It has. It's fun, and it's still to this day is fun. Like, it's fun seeing people react to the different, nuts, but also people coming up with other nut character ideas and stuff too.
Do you plan on? Do you plan on making like a game 2? Hide your nuts 2 with some different stuff on it and stuff like that?
People have already been asking us about an expansion pack. I mean, believe it or not, when we're like, yeah, we're gonna make a more adult game or more adult version, they're like, this isn't the adult version.
Exactly. Yeah, I have to agree with them.
I mean, this is a lot more innuendo based, but we already have a whole bunch of list of ideas that really doesn't. The jokes aren't as subtle. It's kind of right out there. So
Right. Sorry about that. That was my papers falling. Yeah. But yeah, I can see this actually evolving into, Hide Your Nuts Part 2, Part 3, or whatever, whatever you want to call it. So how long does an average game last?
About anywhere from like 10 to 30 minutes generally.
Okay, so you can have several games in a night and have several glasses of wine, and it can get more and more fun.
a drinking game, absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Absolutely. So we touched upon a few minutes ago about the financing. So, and I'm always intrigued by that when people start a business. I've started a couple of them and it came out of my pocket, or I may open up a credit card, which I hated doing. But sometimes you don't want that bank funding, or you can't get it, the amount of money that you actually want. So how did that work out for you? Because I can imagine, I'm looking at the graphics on this, and just the game itself in general. I'm sure you went to somebody to help print all this stuff out and the graphics and all that stuff. So that must have been somewhat costly to do. And I'm sure you got trademarks on these, or?
So, well, going back to the graphic and design. So Ashley she drew all of the drawings.
You're the artist.
So she drew everything. So she basically had a baseline, and then we did hire somebody who was phenomenal to work with. And she helped us just kind of like amp the drawings up. Okay. So we already had like our ideas down and the base drawings that Ashley did. And then the graphic designer just helped like build in highlights and different things. So it truly helped us save a lot of money because Ashley already had the base drawings done. Yeah. Okay. So we just had to pay somebody to help do some of the extras on it. Okay. So that did help overall, but really pretty much from start to finish has been all of our ideas, thoughts, and design.
We really strive to do it all ourselves. So Google, YouTube, all those things were our best friends because we wanted to save as much money as we could. And and again, it took us 3.5 years. So you can imagine, we had to research a lot. We're therapists. None of this has anything to do with being a therapist.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Learning the way the copyright works and just setting up a website. I mean, even the website right now, our website's very basic, but we did the website ourselves with a little help from someone, family members who are in marketing kind of thing. But
nowadays, you go to GoDaddy.com and you can get yourself a decent website. Yeah.
But going back to the finance part of it, we have funded pretty much everything on our own. Out of pocket, and then aside from that, we did do a Kickstarter, which did help us. Like, we set the goal at 5,000, and we exceeded that almost about 8,000 when we ran that. So that did also help bring in some money to fund like our first order of buying like our product, our game.
So I'm recently finding out about Kickstarter. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know it existed. So, so it's a platform for people to come and support your endeavor. Do you pay them back, or it's just, no, we're just going to support you?
So basically what you don't even have to, you provide rewards is what they're called. So if you donate this amount or greater, you can you get this reward. So like our baseline reward was 1 game. Then we offered a signed copy. I think the biggest thing I wish I had in front of us is for 5 people, we offered up, it's actually, I just posted one on our Instagram, 5 personalized nut cards.
Okay.
So for people who donated at least $200, they got their own personalized like nut character drawing and card that we sent them with the game.
Okay.
So,
Because that signed copy is going to be worth a lot of money someday.
oh yeah.
I have a funny feeling it is. This, I'm telling you, it's a great idea. It really is a great idea. And it is trademarked, right? You copyrighted, all that good, just to protect yourself.
Yeah, so all the drawings and everything are copyrighted, and our trademark it's in progress. It's all
Pending.
turned in, everything pending. So
And
yes.
that stuff is costly to do
Yes,
stuff like
it
that.
is.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. It is a lot
Yep.
of money. I
Yep.
mean, yeah, you got to get a lawyer, and yeah, it's a costly proposition. So good for you. Yeah, good for you. So I remember, I believe I was listening to a YouTube channel of you guys. You're on YouTube, right? I think you did a YouTube about your goals, 50
No.
states.
Oh, that was
I put on our social media.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh,
it would be
social media. Okay.
yeah.
yeah, our Facebook or Instagram, you would have
Yeah.
seen that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So right now, I think you said, at least when I heard it, 25 states, was it that you're in? How many states?
Sounds about right. I know we are at half. Yeah, we are about half, if not.
So
Yeah.
when you say you're in those states, are you actually in retail stores?
No, just people at this point, it was just people purchased from those states.
I gotcha. Okay.
However,
So-
we are working also with a company called Oak Lounge Games, and
Okay.
they're housed in Texas. So
Okay.
they bought some of our games, and they're also they've been great to work with, and they've been letting us know like, hey, your game's in Alaska now. Hey, your
Mhm.
game's here now. So that's also kind of expanding our game out.
Okay.
to-
Awesome. What are your goals for retail? I mean, I would imagine that's tough. That's tough. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So right now we are in a few stores in just like smaller stores in Michigan,
Okay.
and then also, like I said, in Texas. But our goal would obviously to be in like bigger box stores, you
Yeah.
know, like a Target or a Meijer or anything like that. So that's the goal. It's
Yeah.
just getting there.
Getting
Yeah,
there,
and
yeah.
a lot of companies are a pretty rigorous thing to get in there. They
Mhm.
want to know that you've had sales, that you have enough inventory,
Yeah.
you know, and that's kind of our next step is marketing and getting to stores. We know that's really what we have to focus on next to get it out there. Cause otherwise we're not going to get anywhere if we don't, word of mouth
Sure.
is great, but
Yeah.
Just-
I just realized, you ever consider Shark Tank? I mean, I know it's for inventions, if you will, but yeah, but that would be fun seeing you guys on Shark Tank.
I mean, I think it would be fun, but I feel like every time with Shark Tank, it's like you have to show a huge amount of profit already.
you do. Yeah.
We are still kind of, even though we've been working on this for 3.5, 4 years now, we really did just launch at the very end of October. So we've really only been selling games for 4 months.
Oh, that's it.
yeah. Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is
Wow.
new.
So it's
Okay,
very
yeah, so it's really new, and
Yeah.
you've already sold stuff in 25 states. That's actually really good.
So
Yeah. We
Yeah.
started with 2,000 games and we've sold about 1,000. So we're happy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's fantastic. And I mean, you're on Amazon right now. You can also find the link on my website. If someone's cruising my website, you can find the link on my website for that as well. But Amazon, you don't ship it, right? They ship it.
They
take
They
care of
ship it.
that.
Yeah, they take care of everything. So, yeah, I would imagine they're probably taking a pretty ugly cut out of it too, right?
not the greatest spot for us to
Yeah.
sell, but also that's the biggest way to get it out right now.
Yeah, yeah. So you're both teachers, right? And I'm sure you love what you do, right? Sort of.
Yeah. Therapist. Sorry, I think we paused because we're therapists.
And we don't wanna,
so-
yes, we're both. So yeah, she's speech therapist. I'm occupational
Yeah.
therapist, but it is in the school. So yes, in the grand scheme, we're teaching in it.
But yeah, I mean, we truly do love our jobs.
Yeah, I love.
Well,
I love
the reason why I ask it, and I preface it that way, if this game gets so big, would you still be doing it?
realistically, we'd probably do it part time.
Yeah, I think we would find a way to do it in some capacity because
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah.
And honestly, we had originally, before this game, we had been coming up with ideas together about other types of more like therapy, special need for, kids with special needs, different like
making either adaptive games, adaptive like books, things to like be more accessible, more play and age appropriate accessibility for kids with special needs, because that's what we're passionate about, and we want to be able to help them, but we would love to find a way to make stuff for them, I guess, versus just, it's hard.
But it's funny because I feel like that's what kind of started us with being like, hey, we would love to like make something and create something together, because we're, became like best friends immediately and have similar mindset. And then in the end, then this game came out.
Initially we were going to make a book first, and we had our LLC before we even made this like thought of the game. So this is, and then people, when they find out what we do, they're like, oh, so you made the game for your kids? And we're like, no, no,
not quite.
This is not a kid's game, even though it says 13 plus. That's okay. Well, that's okay.
We've actually had 7, 8-year-olds. We went back and forth between 8 plus and 13 plus, because we've had 7, 8-year-olds be able to play it, understand it, and the humor goes over their head. I mean, to them, it's a bush.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. They're not going to get it anyway. They're not going to. I mean, how many times have adults watched movies and you hear these sexual innuendos and there's a kid right next to you? He's not getting it.
Yeah, right.
He's clueless. He just thinks a bush is a bush and a shriveled nut is a shriveled nut. But as an adult, it's like, oh. Oh man, but what a great idea. What an awesome idea. So, I mean, where do you see yourself, say, a year from now? I mean, what are your ultimate goals with this in the next year or two?
I mean, absolutely I mean, if we could be in one big store by this time next year, I don't know how, I mean, that would be awesome to make it a little more self-sufficient as a game. Like, because right now we're doing, small little sales to small places.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to connect with a store that's across the US, like she said, like a Target or a something along those lines.
That would be so awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
It would.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about reaching? So my son's a personal trainer, right? And in channel 247, they always do segments on health and fitness, right? Yeah. And I tell them, man, just on a weekly basis, send emails out to them. And you never know what bite. They might call you one day and say, hey, come on the show. Have you ever thought about local shows like that?
So initially, actually, we did think about reaching out, and she's actually recently connected with someone possibly. So this might happen, but
oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah.
Early on, we had done that with like news, like, so we had an MLive article done about us when we first did our Kickstarter and stuff. So we've had some more stuff like that, but I mean, that's absolutely a great idea. It would be great to kind of, get it out there on TV a little bit. Oh yeah,
definitely. I mean, because that's a huge viewing audience. Yeah, for sure. So right now you're basically, it's kind of word of mouth and what's on Facebook and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and we have events, like we have our craft fairs and different things like that. With the events, we pretty much every event we've been to, we get really positive feedback. We sell a lot of games at those. And I feel like our table is usually full with people laughing, checking it out, really interested. So those are definitely where we sell a lot of games.
Do you have a trade show coming up soon that you want to plug? Or, I mean,
so is it next weekend?
We have a couple coming up. Yeah.
We have one next weekend at Salk Elementary is near Fraser. And then the next one's also in Fraser.
Yeah.
Is that Fraser
But then we also have, what is it? In April, I think it's the 24th. We're going to be at Eastern Market.
Oh,
They're
cool.
doing like an urban like arts and eats festival.
Yeah.
And that will be really cool to be at.
Yeah. People can be eating and thinking about their shriveled nuts. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to make a roasted nuts one.
Yeah. We got to find some beer fest, some wine fest places where people are a little, have a little bit of alcohol in them and they're laughing. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is an awesome game, and we talked about this before, right? Not before, but we talked about it earlier about actually coming in studio and actually doing a game. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, because I have to be honest with you, I screwed up with Amazon. I went to order it, and I thought I pressed order it. It did. I looked out because I was like, why didn't it come in yet? It was supposed to come in already, right? It didn't come in yet. So I personally never played the game, but I'm so looking forward to it. I know Campbell's played the game. He said he had a riot with him and his family. And I actually called him. I said, dude, man, I messed up with Amazon. You got to give me the game. He gave it to a friend, so, but yeah, this is a great idea. And what I really love about it is two female entrepreneurs. I love that. We need more of that. We absolutely need more of that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no question about it. And they are out there. And I think some of the problem is they don't get recognized, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of minorities that even are entrepreneurs, and they don't get any recognition whatsoever, right? It's, the macho man thing, whatever. I don't know. But
Well, even better that it's the board game industry, which is definitely more more men in it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what and it's a game called Hide Your Nuts, which you would probably assume that men made. So it's exciting probably to find out.
You actually would, right?
Yeah,
you would definitely think that men probably created that game. And honestly, I wasn't sure how to approach this. I was like, okay, these are two females. What are we doing? What is this? And but yeah, you guys must have had a lot of fun with this. So what we are going to do next is go ahead and plug wherever you want to plug where this game is at. Obviously, it's on Amazon. You want to go ahead and give a plug, your website, your social media, Instagram, whatever you want. I'll also put it in the description when I put it on YouTube channel. But we're definitely going to set a date to come back, okay, and actually have the game in studio and show myself if I don't play it before then. I ordered it now, so, but it's not gonna come until next week. So I think it's like 3 to 5 days. I think it is to get it.
Depending on if you have Amazon Prime, sometimes it's same day delivery.
Well, when I ordered it that time, it wasn't same day. It said like 3 days, and that was a few days ago. So I missed out. I screwed up. Yeah. It doesn't matter whether it said next day. I screwed up. I didn't press, buy or put in cart or whatever. So, and I love Amazon too. So I'm like, I can't believe I did that. So what's that?
So convenient.
Oh my God. It's like, oh, I need this. I'm like, I'm not going to go to Walmart. I look on Amazon and it's there. It's there. So yeah, go ahead. Give a plug to where people can get the cards and your social media and et cetera.
Well, as you said, it's on Amazon, obviously. If you just search the Hide Your Nuts game for anything, hideyournutsgame.com, that's our website. That'll lead you right to Amazon. It'll show you the other locations we're available in. We're on Facebook, Instagram, same thing, at Hide Your Nuts Game. It's pretty simple as that. You Google it and it'll lead you to everything.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So one last question. Is somebody more, say, I don't want to say talented, but like, is somebody better at the marketing and the design and stuff like that? So what are the roles in this partnership? Let's put it that way.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, so Ashley's definitely got the super creative, like artsy brain. Yeah. Obviously she did the drawings, right? And she does a lot of like pretty much handles our social media. I'm not great at that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not, like, if you look at my own personal one, it's horrible. Like it's just not great.
You're kind of like me. I always go to my kids, how do you do this? I'm still having a hard time with Instagram, but whatever. Okay, go ahead.
I'm techie, but I'm not.
No, then Ariel's like our business. She's always got the numbers. She knows she's keeps me in line with what our like budget's at, where we need to put our money. I mean, she's got all the spreadsheets handled, so it's kind of like business. Yeah.
It's like a perfect blend of more of that like business, whatever.
Because I can tend to get overexcited about doing things, and she's like, "We got to rein it in. This is where we're at. Like, we got to be realistic. Put a timeline together."
Yeah, I love that because I've been in the landscape business for 25 years, right? So in the very beginning, I had a partnership, and boy, did that tank. So I'm like so against partnerships unless you can really come together like you get and respect each other's talents and what you have to offer, in the partnership. And it seems like you guys got a great thing going, and I wish you the best. I really do. I'm going to do my part to help promote this, and we're going to have you back on. And oh yeah, my pleasure. Absolutely. And we're going to have it by Christmas time next year, right? You're going to have, what's a realistic number? Let's pick a goal. What's a realistic number?
Oh gosh, first, how many games sold, you're saying?
Yeah, how many games sold? Let's pick a number. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, 5,000.
5,000?
Yeah.
How about 6?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
All right.
6,000.
Okay.
6,000. You guys got this.
Thank you. We love your support.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Almost every single podcast that I have, if I think it matches with the podcast that I'm doing, I'll plug you.
Thank you.
Plug our nuts. Plug our nuts.
I will plug your nuts, and I'll plug the bush. And I'll plug. And I'll plug. And I was gonna say that. I swear to God, but you beat me to it. All right, before this gets really out of control.
Wait till we play it, then we'll see. That's where the humor will come out.
I'm looking forward to that. So hang out just for a minute, and when we're off the air, we'll pick a time to get together to actually do the game. Sound good? Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. And this is just a great concept. It's not a concept. It's a great game, and it's creative, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'll do whatever I can to help you guys out. And I applaud females that even come together as a partner to kind of uplift each other and put it out there and say, hey, women can do this too. Right? Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, thank you so much for coming on. And for all you folks for listening, thank you very much for listening to We Gotta Talk Damn It. Again, if you want any information on this podcast, as well as any other podcast, just go to www.wegottotalkdammit.com. And you can send me an email personally if you want to come on the show send it to Freddy@wegottotalkdammit.com. And that's Freddy with a Y. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and peace out.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Head to our website and suggest topics you'd like to see covered on a future episode, as well as joining Freddy Mak as a guest to talk about previous episodes, or to promote a cause, product, charity, or your unique business. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, because we gotta talk, damn it.